Hey everyone, want to know what it's like to be a tax attorney? That's what we're looking at today here at JD Careers Out There, where we get you career advice from fellow lawyers and non-practicing lawyers to help you achieve success and happiness in your career. In law school, you learn how to think, read, and write like a lawyer, but we're here to help you enjoy your career, and a big part of that is finding a path that excites you, so we're going to look at one of those today. I'm Mark Luber, and today we're talking to my old college friend Rick Horn. Rick is a tax attorney and a partner at Lowenstein Sandler in New York. Now, some people might think that a tax practice sounds kind of dry, but I asked Rick to give us a detailed explanation of the variety of work he does so that you guys could see that there's actually a lot of interesting stuff to a tax practice. Check it out.
I am in the tax group. I'm a tax partner at Lowenstein Sandler PC. The firm, just as a little background, the firm has about 250 to 275 attorneys. We have 3 locations right now. Our main office is in Roseland, New Jersey, where we have approximately 175 attorneys. We have about 50, 60 attorneys in New York City, and the rest are located in Palo Alto. A nice office there with a nice tech practice. As I said, I'm in the tax practice group. It's a wide-ranging practice. We pretty much do everything that's tax related. My focus is mostly on mergers and acquisitions. A lot of what we do involves the life cycle of a business. So we'll be involved at the time of formation, which means that we help to choose the type of entity that the business will be, whether that'll be a limited liability company, a C corporation, an S corporation, a partnership, or anything along those lines. So we'll be involved at that time at the formation. We'll help decide which way to go and help put together all the documents. Then we're involved during the life of the business. If the business wants to raise additional funds, we'll help them do that in the most tax efficient manner. If the business is going to make certain investments, we'll help structure those investments. And then when it comes time for disposition, we'll be involved in the sale of the business. And that, of course, can be structured either as a taxable sale or as a tax-free transaction in certain circumstances, like a merger or certain spin-offs or recapitalizations. We'll be involved in the disposition event, in the monetization event, and we'll help to structure that the way that the client sees fit. And so we try to get the best tax result there. So that's one aspect of the practice. Another aspect of the practice, I'm involved with the investment management group, which is basically helping to advise hedge funds and private equity funds. We'll help to structure the funds once again, both the hedge fund itself and the management companies where the managers are. So that could be the general partner entity and can also be the management entity. So we help the founders of the fund structure their investment, and we help the investors come into the fund by structuring the fund. Then we'll help the fund once again with its investments, and that could involve dealing with ISDA agreements. That can involve various transactions that the fund may be involved in, and then we'll help the funds wind down as well. So that's probably the 2 largest parts of the tax practice, the M&A group and doing the investment management work. We also we'll work with the bankruptcy group. There's a large bankruptcy group at Lowenstein Sandler. So we'll come in when there's a bankruptcy transaction and where the real value add in the tax world is helping to preserve the net operating losses of a company that's in bankruptcy going forward. Which makes the company a lot more valuable to help dispose of assets and dispose of the company and rework the company. If you can preserve the NOLs, it makes the company more valuable going forward. We'll also do a lot of work in the international tax arena. So we help clients who are U.S. clients invest offshore, and we'll help foreign companies or foreign individuals come and invest onshore, whether that be real estate investments or acquiring U.S. companies. So we'll help advise in that realm. Some other things that I do also involve the not-for-profit world. We have a big pro bono practice, which for me basically involves helping to form not-for-profit companies and then advising them along the way. Also, whether that be public charities or private foundations, we help both types of entities along. So that's kind of the main. I know that covered a kind of a wide gamut, but
it's a lot. I mean, it's a very deep and wide tax practice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now we can't give everybody an example of every single area of what you do, but let's dive into one and give kind of a typical fact pattern that you might deal with. Let's pick a fun one like merger and acquisition, M&A work, which is always exciting everybody. Talk about an example there of what you would do and what the fact pattern would be that would be presented to you on a typical business day.
So let's say today even.
You can watch the full interview with Rick at jdcareersouthere.com. Rick's going to tell us all about being a tax attorney, what it takes, what the day-to-day is like for a tax associate, how to find law firms that have interesting tax practices. Rick talks about getting an LLM in taxation, and he also shares his unique personal story about first working in an accounting firm before transitioning his career into the law firm world. If you want to take a shortcut to the site, you could go to jdcot.com, and if you're already there, you could just scroll down to the full interview and make sure you become a member so you get access to that full video and access to lots more exclusive content filled with great advice. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Mark Luber and look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.